Is this an experience you want to do again?
Not immediately, no.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Sailing the Recipe. I'm Colin, and this is my 3 girls and wife Bex, and this is our floating home, the Recipe. Together we left home and embarked on a journey of a lifetime. After crossing oceans, we have recently been in lockdown in Antigua for the last 8 months. Tune in, hit that subscribe button, and join us every Sunday to see where our recipe takes us next. Okay, we're off. We have finally left Antigua. This is obviously Alison and her family's first maiden voyage. We were quite interested to see how they were going to get on with rough seas, overnight passages, lack of sleep, moving of the boat non-stop for 4 days, but hopefully having a wonderful time and getting the sense of adventure along the way. However, it might seem all wonderful and fantastic adventure and all, but the truth of the matter is it is a logistical nightmare. The reason why we're going to Bahamas is obviously Alison, my sister, needs to get a flight out of Nassau to go back to the UK because lots of the UK flights are having issues. So we're off to Nassau. The other problem is we have to do lots of COVID tests along the way. So we need to get a COVID test in St. Vincent. On the French side, so we need to walk along from the Dutch side to the French side to get a free complimentary COVID test, which the US VIs will accept. This is just a rapid test that the majority of the Europe would not accept. Taking hours and hours, lots of emails, lots of money. No Wi-Fi, no signal. We've been told to go to McDonald's to get Wi-Fi to process our immigration. 3 hours. Okay, we are in St. Martin. Got our jobs to do. We are on our way to Carrefour to get some beautiful French products. It's absolutely pouring it down. It's windy, it's miserable. It's actually a little bit chilly. Okay, we are in the French side in St. Martin. We've got to sort the last piece of this puzzle for the jigsaw. We need to get a COVID test for the US VIs. In France, they do it for free, which is great, but it's first come, first served. So we're going to this place, this pharmacy. We're going to wait there for an hour and see if we can queue up and get our test done. If we can't get this test done, then getting into the US VIs is going to be very, very tricky. And therefore going to Bahamas is going to be even more difficult. So it's crack of dawn, but we're in France. Maybe we can get some pain au chocolat. It's a hot chocolate.
Getting COVID tests. Mask on. We're getting COVID tests, but I'm so glad it's the one, not the one up the nose. We've just got to spit in a bag.
You get one of those after.
Nice. Just spit in a bag.
Yeah.
No, and then the next one is up the nose.
We are not very excited.
Back of the mouth. I'll just be gipping.
Clearly no one is a fan of getting a COVID test, especially something put up your nose, and I know one person who would hate it more than others. Okay, 1 down, 4 to go. USVIs, here we come. Now we need to get a proper COVID test in the USVIs that the Bahamas will accept. So this next sail was really easy. Everyone got into the swing of things quite naturally. I was quite surprised to see everyone take their groove, listening to music, reading books, etc. So yeah, it was a sweet sail. Okay, we've just departed St Martin and now we're heading to St Thomas USVIs. But today, the perfect sailing condition, the wind is right behind us, or slightly just off centre, and we're going to get our new sail out, the one that we have ordered kind of, well, 6 months ago. We've never used it before, so this has got a huge kind of 210 square metres of sail that's going to billow out. We're doing about 14 knots of wind, so this is the right time to kind of experiment and get it up. So a bit scary, but let's see how it works. It's very intimidating being kind of hundreds of miles away from shore, trying to put up this humongous sail that we've never done before with unexperienced hands. It was very intimidating, but my God, when it was up, it was absolutely stunning. It made our sail as sweet as a nut. We were doing 8 knots with 40 knots of wind. You couldn't have asked for more. After a lovely overnight sail, we finally reached St Thomas, the USVIs. First job in hand is get to the medical centre and get the dreaded COVID test. This time it's the big test and everyone gets a good chance to laugh at me because I hate nothing more than getting a COVID thing stuck up my nose. Once all this is done, we then have the right to roam around freely and find a sweet spot to scuba dive. This happens to be Buck Island. So how was the dive?
It was really good.
What did you see?
Turtle, really up close, until Bella had a little bit of a tickle on its back and it shot her up. No, it was really good, really clear.
How's Muna doing for the first overnight passage? How's the new pooch doing?
She spent all night cuddling various children around. She doesn't like being at sea at the moment. But although today she got a bit more confident, she went for a bit of a wander. But the winches grinding and the sails slapping and the ropes grinding, they really upset her. So
I think just the sound of the crashing waves as well on the back of the boat.
well, I think she's okay with that, because when
Trying to do a pee and a poo, she's like, oh dear, where do I go?
she's still being good with that. So she's still doing it off the back. So she's being a good girl. I got blueberries in my teeth. Oh, wow, blueberries.
Typically on overnight passages of multiple days, it takes most of us a little while to get into the swing of things. You know, we feel a bit nauseous, get our heads down, get into the swing of things. It always amazes me how Bex managed to get straight back in the kitchen, feeling all jolly, gregarious, cooking, rocking and rolling in the galley, dancing and just being normal. I mean, mind you, it's not the only crazy thing on the boat.
At the start of the end, here comes your white knight. Got a foot on the edge, looking over the ledge, and everything will be just fine, turning inside out, falling out of time. If it's the final story, it's death and glory in the morning.
So we can see land. It's always nice to see land after 3 or 4 days at sea. Saying that, it's very low-lying land. The island of Grand Inagua. Hold on, Grand Inagua. The first island we come to from the south, from the Bahamas. One of the largest islands in the Bahamas, and it has 350 people in it. So we're looking forward to seeing what the Bahamas has to offer. We've got 10 days with these guys for the rest of the Bahamas, and we're really excited about. We've heard tremendous things about how friendly they are, about how hospitable they are. So we're looking forward to getting stuck in and seeing the locals. One thing we want to try and do here, there's got some great salt flats, buy some salt and see some flamingos. So it's always good going to a new place because you don't know what to expect. Cheers to that. It's water, by the way, because the beer's on the way. Awesome having these guys on board. It's always nice to do it with family members who otherwise would never have had the opportunity to do it. So it's really cool to show them how we live, what we do, how we do it, and what we experience. And they're taking a little slice of this home with them. I think on this journey especially, they've had pretty much everything. We've had rough, we've had calm, we've had huge waves, we've had a mill pond, we've had 35 knots, we've had 9 knots, we've caught a fish, we've seen some dolphins, we think we saw a orca whale, you know, so I think we've had the big sail ups, we've had the main sails up, everything's happened this in this 3 or 4 hour days journey, and it's been great for them to see how we live. So Al, we are now 15 miles from land. How do you feel?
I'm very happy to see it.
Is this an experience you want to do again?
Not immediately, no.
So I think on this trip we've caught fish, we've had rough weather. I mean, last night was bad, wasn't it?
It was a rough ride, yes.
We've lost, what, 35 knots of wind.
Yep.
The waves are about 3 meters tall swell.
And really choppy.
Really choppy.
Yes, felt every one of them as well.
So you ready for a glass of bubbles?
Yes, I am.
What about you, Scott? You seem to enjoy a little bit more.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. I'm not too sure I'd want it any rougher than that.
Yeah, it was, especially looking at the back and seeing the waves.
Yeah, when they're the same height as the solar panels, it doesn't fill you with confidence.
Bex? Is that it?
It's all good. All good.
Thanks again for joining this week, guys. Join us next week where we get on shore in Gran Inagua and we have the most casual check-in ever. We hire a car from one of the locals and have an amazing adventure exploring the island, trying to find these wonderful flamingos and of course having a look at some salt flats. Thanks a lot, guys.